What's going up, everybody? It's Chini the Great back for another Write With Me Wednesday. So today I thought I would do something a little bit different and kind of do a podcast. I've just had some thoughts on my mind and I thought I would share them with you. I like podcasts because I could see other people's points of views, but it's also really relatable. So if you want to watch it, go ahead and keep watching. If this isn't your thing, I'll have the normal videos next week. So I've been thinking about work lately. I feel like I kind of touched on this in my last update video, but lately I feel like all the work I've been doing hasn't paid off. So I started my own business right out of college, and I've had one client, and it wasn't even a paid client. And I started writing for someone's website, which has gone really great, but I haven't gotten paid for it, and I also haven't gotten any benefits from networking through that, so no one else has reached out to me to write for them or anything like that. So even though it's really cool to be published and to have my stuff posted, like, that's really amazing, it hasn't gone further than that. And my novel's kind of at a standstill because I don't have beta readers. So I just feel like all the work I've been putting into this passion and to pursue my career is just not paying off. And at work, because I mean, obviously I have to have a job if none of this is paying off. But at work, I've just been extremely stressed out, and I've just been kind of reflecting on my position now and when I first graduated and first started my job. When I first graduated, I felt like I was seeing a little bit of payoff. So, I mean, I wasn't getting physically paid money, but I was seeing benefits to pursuing this career and pursuing writing and editing. And it just felt good. I was getting a lot of support from people. And at my job, I was really, really loving it. I loved it. I was so happy to go to work every day, and I just felt so good. That point in my life as a whole was just so good. I really appreciated everything, and I felt like that was where I was supposed to be. I really felt like things were exactly how they were supposed to be. And now at work, I have much more responsibility than when I began the position. I started as just a part-time employee in this department, and I was just a retail worker. And now it's kind of like I'm full-time, and I'm pretty much running the department. So I oversee two different departments, and now, I mean, I don't have a title. I'm still the same. I'm just a retail worker, but the way it's set up, it's the responsibilities falling on me, and it's almost as if I am in charge of these two departments, and that's just more responsibility than I anticipated coming into the position, and it's just really, really stressful. That and the fact that there's something else that goes on in my department that is just stressful in general that we cannot control. I have to feel the responsibility of all that, and it's just kind of falling on my shoulders, and I've noticed that I've been more stressed out and less good vibes, I guess. I don't know. I do love my job. I'm still happy where I work. I'm not unhappy at all. But I can kind of tell that I'm less easygoing and I'm quicker to get upset, and that's definitely not who I want to be. And I've almost felt like I'm kind of stuck as far as writing goes. And I've been feeling this way for a few weeks now, and I've just now kind of recognized it and thought about it. And I'm trying to figure out what I can do to pursue writing more and to progress past this little rut that I'm in. And I think as far as my job at work goes, I'll just stay there and try to relax a little bit better. But as far as writing goes, I've been thinking about what I can do to progress further in writing. And one of those things is my editing business. So I completely stopped advertising for it. I used to put out business cards around different coffee shops or libraries or things like that, but I noticed that all my business cards were just getting thrown away whenever the people found them, like the people that worked at these places. They would just throw them away, so it was a waste of money, but it was also a waste of time and effort to go advertise when, as soon as someone saw it, my stuff was just ripped down or thrown out. And so I've been trying to think of ways to get around that. I think I have a couple ideas of how I could still get my business cards out there. But even then, even if people get my business cards, it's not guaranteed that they're going to call me or that I'm going to get any clients. All I can do is advertise. But I can try to do that and hopefully get a couple clients for editing. And as far as writing goes, I think I'm going to have to pursue this website that will find beta readers for me. And I think I'll do that later on this week because no one wants to beta read, so I mean, which is fine, but I really need beta readers. So I think I can do that and hopefully progress with the novel. But even more so than all this, like the big picture, I've been thinking a lot about what is the point? What's the point in pursuing this career? What is the point in writing? What is the point in trying to turn this into my lifestyle? And honestly, like, I don't really know. I don't want to just sit here and work retail for the rest of my life because that just doesn't seem like there's any glory in it. There's nothing I'm passionate about as far as retail goes. Even if I enjoy it, it's not a passion of mine. And I don't want to live with my mom forever. I don't want to work the same shitty jobs I've been working for the rest of my life, even if I do enjoy them. So I guess that's where the drive comes from, to write and to pursue this and to try to make this my career. But I don't know, at the same time, it's just like, maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe this isn't the road I'm meant to go down, and I'm getting discouraged. And lately I've also shared this on the channel, I've been working with art a lot more. So from a young age, I always loved drawing. Like, as far back as I can remember, I've drawn pictures. And I've always been pretty good at it for my age. And it was definitely my first passion. Art was my first passion. I remember as a kid, people would ask me, like, what do you want to do when you grow up? And I would always, always, always say, I want to be an artist. And that didn't really change my entire life. Like, even when I graduated high school, I wanted to pursue art. I wanted to major in art. I wanted to pursue that passion that I've had since I was a child. But that seems unreliable, I guess, trying to make it as an artist. So I pursued mathematics, which was another passion that I found from a young age. From about the 4th grade, I fell in love with mathematics, and I just kept pursuing it and kept going with it, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And when I went to college and pursued it, I loved learning about all the stuff, and I learned some fascinating stuff about mathematics. The only problem was the jobs that people get with a math degree are miserable fucking jobs. I would never want a job like that. And so when it was close to graduation, my professors and my colleagues, they would always ask, so what are you going to do now? What are you going to do? Do you have a job lined up? And I would always tell them no. And for a while, that was okay because I still had a ways to go before I graduated. But then it got to the point where I graduated in a week and I still had no clue what I wanted to do. And then people kind of looked down on me and kind of judged me for that. Like, my professors and my peers that had jobs lined up before they even graduated, they kind of looked down on me and they kind of were like, they couldn't believe I didn't have a job lined up. Like, it was, I mean, I couldn't believe that they did have a job lined up. I didn't know how to find a job, like, a good career path. And so I guess they kind of were like, how the hell have you not found anything yet? Like, aren't you scared? You're just not going to go have a job when you graduate? That was kind of their reaction. And I'm kind of glad I did what I did, and I really don't want to pursue a math career. I loved learning about mathematics, but I don't want a career in mathematics. And it took me a really long time to accept that about myself. And I kind of did wish that I pursued art, because that would be a career, even if it wasn't the most lucrative decision. I think it would have made me happy. I do. I think a career in art would have made me happy. But again, I don't know if I don't know. So I've been pursuing art lately. And I've been trying a lot of different things, and I felt so good. And that passion that I had as a child was kind of reinvigorated and just relit. And I've been feeling so driven to make art and to try new things. And it's just that joy that I had my whole life has come back. And I realized that I don't really have that with writing. Like, I love to write, and I think it's so fun. I think it helps me be really creative. I love learning about it. And I think an author or a writer can convey a message to an audience through a fictional story or a fictional character, or through a poem or a song, that's one of the most fascinating things to me. Like, that's kind of my goal as a writer, and that's what makes me want to pursue it. And I think I'm passionate about writing, but I don't think it's that raw passion, that passion that can't be taken away, as I feel for art. So that's got me second guessing, like, is this my passion, or is this just an interest of mine that I tried to pursue? And that's got me second guessing myself, and I don't know if I'm doing the right things, if I'm following the right path or not. And then on the other hand, I'm telling myself, just relax, enjoy your life. As long as you're trying something, you're not doing anything wrong. And that's definitely what I want to share with you guys is, if you're pursuing any passion or any interest and you're trying to make it, you can't do anything wrong. It's only wrong when you become complacent and stop pursuing something and stop trying to progress. When you become complacent and stagnant, that's when the problem starts. So even if I feel like I'm pursuing the wrong passion, I feel like if I keep working, keep doing something, the true solution is going to show itself, and I'm going to make it somehow. And that's kind of reassuring. And then I thought maybe I could pursue both, writing and art. And I think that's where I'm at right now, is that I want to make as much art as possible, because that's what I'm motivated to do right now. That's what I've been enjoying lately. And if I can get some stuff together and start selling it, then maybe that's the way to go. And I don't think I've wasted my time with writing at all, because I've learned so much through this, and I'm definitely not going to stop writing. So don't think that this channel is going to turn into an art channel because without writing, because I'm still going to write. There might be more art incorporated into it, but I'm still a writer, and I still want to pursue this, and I still want to publish my novel, and I still want to be an editor, and I still want to do all these things that I've pursued for so long. But I think now I should recognize that art has always been my passion, and I'm kind of coming to terms with the fact that just because someone else doesn't want me to do it doesn't mean I shouldn't do it. So no one ever told me I should be a writer or that I should pursue writing until I made the decision to pursue it. Leading up to that, everyone told me I should do something different. I should not be a writer. I shouldn't edit. I shouldn't try to get any of my writing published. And I ignored them, and I kept following through with it, and that's when they started supporting me. So maybe it's the same thing with art. Maybe I just have to keep going with it and keep pushing myself and keep doing what I love, and then the support will come. So I guess that's pretty much it. It's just that I've been kind of lost, and I've been second guessing myself, but I do feel as long as I'm pushing forward, something's gonna happen. I'm gonna find out the right path to go, or something's gonna happen, and what I've been working on this whole time will pay off. And I just want to pursue art right now and pursue writing, but not ignore the fact that art's been my passion my whole life. And when you have a passion that deep, it's impossible to ignore it. It's impossible. Even when I didn't have time to draw, I found myself doodling on notebooks and stuff. And even in college, I had no free time in college whatsoever to do writing or art or anything. If it wasn't for a class, I didn't do it. But even then I managed to somehow stumble upon a position as a comic illustrator for my school's paper. And I don't even know how that came about, because that's nothing I even thought about before it happened. But it's just like your passions always find a way. They always find a way. And that's kind of what I've been telling myself when I've been second guessing myself, is that the passion will find a way. And as long as I keep moving forward, something's going to happen. I might be in a rut right now. I might be stuck. But if I just keep going forward, something's got to happen. If I just keep working, something's got to happen. And that's kind of what I've been telling myself. I don't think it's possible not to not move forward unless I stop working. So even if it's very slow or I don't see an immediate payoff, as long as I keep pushing, I'll have to go forward. And the only way I'm going to stay still is if I become complacent. Alright, hold on, let me take a drink of my coffee because I've been talking for a minute now. the weather's been a lot better lately. So for the last year or so, I've kind of been dreaming and daydreaming and fantasizing about moving to Colorado. And this last winter, like a month or so ago, I mean, it's still winter, but about a month or so ago, we got a little bit of snow here, and we hardly ever get snow. But what really kills us is the ice. So that's what makes it difficult here. We don't get that much snow, but we get a lot of ice. And for the first time in my life, I actually had to drive in it. I guess in high school, classes were always canceled if it got icy, and in college, I just walked to class. So I never had to drive through the snow and ice before. And it was a pain in the ass. It gave me so much anxiety. I have really bad anxiety issues. And driving through the ice and the snow all the way to work, I live 40 minutes away from my job, so it's a long drive. And having to drive that far in unsure conditions just gave me so much anxiety. And my car got stuck twice. And it wasn't even that icy. That's the thing. It wasn't that bad. The roads were okay. They weren't that bad, and I still got stuck. So I've been thinking, like, if I go to Colorado, I keep telling myself, like, well, it'll be new, it'll be different, it might not be that great, but you just have to accept it, learn to deal with it, roll with it, and enjoy something new, because I've wanted to live in Colorado since I was 12, pretty much. But I don't know if I can handle that. Like, months and months of a lot of snow, not just a few inches, like a couple feet. And I don't know if I could deal with that. I don't know. So I've been kind of second guessing this whole dream of mine. Like, since I graduated, I've been trying to make it to Colorado and just building up to that. And now I'm kind of like, I don't know, because I mean, I always knew it would get snowy there and icy, because I've been to Colorado. My whole family's there, which is part of the reason I want to move there. But actually living there and having to drive through the snow for several months at a time, oh my god, I don't think I could do it. And I'm a kind of person that wants to be outside all the time. Like, when it gets cold and rainy like it does here, it'll rain and be cold for months, and I don't go outside, then I can honestly see a difference in my life. Like, I'm much less happy and just more agitated and more irritable than when I go outside in the warm weather. That's why, like, this last week we've had amazing weather and I've been getting out more, and I just feel so much more hopeful and so much more myself. And so I don't know if I can handle so much cold weather. But then I kind of thought, like, well, what if I live there for 6 months out of the year, live in Colorado 6 months out of the year, and then when it starts to get really cold and icy, then I come back here? And I would be okay with that. I wouldn't mind traveling. The only thing is, I wouldn't want to carry all my stuff to both places, so I would want all my stuff to be in Colorado, my studio, my permanent place, and then just move back here for a few months. But then I would have to find 2 jobs that would be okay with that, which if I was freelance editing, writing, or art, that would work out, because then I'd be working for myself. So that would be amazing if that could happen. But I would also have to be financially stable enough to afford a place in Colorado, even if I wasn't living there for 6 months out of the year. But I guess that's the new dream. If I can figure that out, I would be over the moon. That would be amazing. Because then I would get to see my family 6 months out of the year, spend time with them, enjoy the state and the people there, because they're a lot different from where I live. People there are completely different. And I would just get to enjoy all that stuff. And then come home and be in Tennessee again and be with my mom and my other family, you know what I mean? So I think that would be ideal. That would be amazing, but yeah, I don't know if that's gonna happen. I'll keep working towards it. This is me just kind of getting my thoughts out, really, just kind of for my own purposes, and if you guys can take something away from it, that would be fantastic, but I'm kind of just talking myself through a difficult time, and trying to clear up my thoughts and make some decisions. So I guess the new goal, pursue writing, but also pursue art. And still live in Colorado, but only for 6 months out of the year. Because I'm honest, like, to be honest, guys, I'm a little bitch when it comes to snow. Like, I hate it. I absolutely hate the cold. I hate winter. So, I don't know how the hell I thought I could tough it out in Colorado for the rest of my life, or, like, a long period of my life. I can't. There's no way. even when I visit there just for Christmas and stuff, it kills me. So maybe the new goal is to be able to afford a place for the year, I guess, and just live there 6 months and then come home. So really the solution to all of this is be freelance writer, editor, or artist. And that's where I'm at. So now I just have to figure out how to get there. And that's what I've been dealing with for 2 years now, is how to get there. And I guess I just have to keep telling myself to just keep pursuing my passion. The only way I won't move forward is if I stop moving. Alright, so I'll leave it at that, guys. I hope you enjoyed. The whole time I've been speaking over me writing this story that I've talked about in my update videos and my other Write With Me Wednesdays. So I'm going to keep writing that this week. I still haven't finished it, but it's kind of a longer story, so it'll probably take a few weeks. But I hope you guys can get some good away from this podcast here, and I hope you enjoyed listening. So whatever you're doing, if it's your passion, keep trying. Even if you're not seeing a payback, keep trying. But thank you for watching. Stay motivated, stay inspired, and stay happy. See you guys.